Brunch, a daily morning show where we talk about the latest topics in entertainment. I'm Brittany Jones-Cooper.
I'm Shannon Coffey.
I'm Allie Cole.
And I'm Lucas Tim. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Woo, happy Monday.
I didn't see that you were taking a drink and I thought you were crying. I was like, are you
No, I
okay?
wasn't crying.
Okay.
Mosh. Yeah. Today, we're going to talk about Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin wedding rumors, Childish Gambino's final farewell, Modern Family's shocking death, and fresh details of The Good Place Season 3. Plus, authors Caitlin Cronenberg and Jessica Ennis and financial guru Suze Orman join the table. But first, I got a little first course to serve you guys.
Oh, what?
There's nothing like rich white guys brawling, because apparently at an Emmy party last night, Mark Burnett, the famous producer of The Apprentice and Survivor and everything, and Tom Arnold got in a physical altercation at an Emmy party.
Wow.
I mean, yeah.
Well, it's basically because Tom Arnold hosts a show on Vice called Hunt for the Trump Tapes, and this goes back to October 2016 when the Access Hollywood grabbed them by the pussy.
Is that airing now, or is
it's airing now on Viceland. So Tom Arnold has been really just talking shit at Mark Burnett because when the Access Hollywood tape came out, their producer that worked with Celebrity Apprentice on The Apprentice said, if you think that was bad, which was literally Trump admitting to sexual assaulting women, we got tapes of worse, alluding to the fact that there's something maybe with the N-word, something very racist, and basically everyone, including Gloria Allred, all these people like Mark Burnett, release the tapes, it's your civic duty, we have to know what's out there, and he refused because he said there's legal stuff, but also he's friends with Trump, he refused. So Tom Arnold's been like really going in on him, and apparently Mark Burnett, according to Tom Arnold, attacked him.
Well, not even attacked, he said like choked me out.
Yeah, choked me
I can just
out.
imagine like, no, I'm not giving you the tapes.
Mark
Sounds like a really weird altercation. What it sounds like happened is Tom Arnold went up and started confronting Mark Burnett. Mark Burnett got sick of hearing his lips moving and tried to like push him away. Things got heated.
I feel like all of the celebrities commenting on this are saying that Mark Burnett, are saying that Tom Arnold attacked Mark Burnett.
Right, because I think Tom Arnold maybe started the conversation of like, hey man, and it just got like a heated debate
and
that
Mark
then turned
Burnett's
physical.
wife tweeted out a photo of her hand with a bruise on it, saying that Tom Arnold bruised her in the process of attacking Mark.
But Tom Arnold says that he has footage, and he says it's Brian Fogel who won an Oscar for his documentary. So if you're gonna have someone record your fight, might as well have an Oscar-winning documentarian.
Very true. It's got to be very artsy and like win an award next year.
Tom Arnold also said that Kevin Bacon is a reliable brawl witness. And I love that like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, like he's everywhere. Kevin Bacon knows everything.
So it's funny, like the celebrity, like, the people, the witnesses, like if this goes to court, like who's gonna be there to witness the brawl between Mark Burnett and Tom Arnold?
But it's silly. These two men got in a fight and they didn't get kicked out of the party. They basically got told to calm down and then got to go enjoy the rest of their evening versus when we saw Cardi B and Nicki Minaj get in their altercation, Cardi B was escorted out. It's just like, what?
Well, I mean,
if you fight, you should get kicked out.
Right. Yeah, they weren't even in the party though. They was out, like, it's like an old white guy thing. Like literally, it's like, hey, you're saying mean things about me, choke. Like, I don't know.
You want to take this outside? We are outside.
You're right.
I want them to release those tapes so badly.
I know.
It will happen eventually.
I think one day someone will leak it. I remember in LA, Gloria Allred, right before the election, was outside MGM, like leading a protest, like release the tapes. So like and it didn't happen. And
well, they said there's some like legal concerns like with like Donald Trump's like contract for The Apprentice. I'm like, isn't there like a he's destroying the world clause that they can like
nuclear annihilation may happen?
I think somebody on the inside will leak them. We'll have somebody in there that's just like, you know what, I don't care about my job anymore.
We need that.
But the point is like that Access Hollywood tape should have been enough. But it wasn't, and we're here. So it is what it is.
Well, in other news, Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin's wedding bells are ringing maybe earlier than expected. The lovebirds were recently spotted at New York City's Marriage Bureau, sparking rumors that they secretly tied the knot. Hailey Baldwin later took to Twitter to put the rumors to rest, saying, I understand where the speculation is coming from, but I'm not married yet.
Oh, young love.
Aren't you married though if you go to
So I looked this up. If you get the license, that means you're allowed to wed. You have permission to wed. And then you have like a certain amount of time, be it like 60 days, where you have to go, have somebody officiate the wedding and have witnesses sign the document.
Right.
So they're not technically married, but it's like, you only have a finite amount of time to get married. So that means they're gonna be getting like in the next month or 6 weeks or very soon.
Yeah, because I feel like I see people post photos of them going to City Hall and like taking a photo being like, marriage license, we're married. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not legal, but it's like pretty much means like you're
okay, so they'll get married in like a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a lot of articles freaking out, being like, they don't have a prenup. And I'm like, I don't think they seem like the type to get a prenup.
Oh, they need a prenup.
They need a
They're
prenup.
probably, I bet they're not
gonna
going to do it.
Oh, that's so dumb.
Even though her net worth is $2 million and his is $278 million, it's like
a little bit of a difference. A little bit.
I mean, we have Suze Orman on the show later. I say we ask her about this, but like Justin Bieber, I know you're in love, but get a prenup.
Yeah, but
I think he's gonna get a prenup.
He better.
I don't know though.
I bet he won't.
I don't know.
He's got so much money.
Like his manager get
He
involved.
has such a big team of people. They're not gonna let him not get
But
a
he
prenup.
seems very in love and
see.
happy, and like, and God has blessed us with this love. When you're really in that, God blessed you with this love, and which is fine, which he did.
Like,
Maybe he
I
did.
don't
Maybe
think
God
God
spent his
likes
time to
prenups.
bless them, and I don't think God loves prenups. So we don't know. We should ask him when we
God
see him.
invented prenups.
Maybe, yeah, you're right. Maybe he did. Which
Or
depends
did
which
the
God.
What happened if God didn't make them? I'm just
But
saying.
yeah, I mean, I know that I read like they want to do like a big, they're not a big, but like a religious ceremony. It's important for them to have that as well. So I think they're gonna have like a more traditional wedding, whether it's with 10 people or whatever, in some sort of church or whatever.
Traditional wedding where they divorce and she gets half of the amount.
Yeah.
Married or not, though, their outfits are so good. They have the best couple outfits ever.
I mean, he
Their
kind of looks like he
outfits
just
are
rolled
That one's one of the
truly
weaker
horrible.
ones. No,
They
they're
look
so
a
good.
looks like he
mess.
just rolled out at a 7-Eleven.
They have
they
mastered
look so
that
good.
casual rich look, where like they're wearing like I don't know what sweatshirt that is, but it probably costs $8,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So-
actually think they look pretty horrible most of the time in their outfits. They're cute people, but he's always wearing like throwaway slippers. I mean, I think he's rich, so it makes you think he's wearing like nice things,
Yeah.
but he's not.
Well, Kith is a nice brand.
Yeah,
That's
he's
expensive. That's nice.
They always match. I mean, these aren't really the mustache pics, but like
Yeah,
all the
you like
outfits
the
where he
mustache.
looks like a skater guy look so good, and her outfits always vibe off of his.
Yeah.
They look great together.
They do coordinate really well.
Yeah.
They look good together.
Well, they look
seem
alike.
To be.
They look like twins. They look
Yeah,
identical.
they look identical. I mean, that's why they love each other, because he has a mustache now. That's how they tell each other apart.
I bet
Yeah.
she's a
Which
girl
one are you
mustache.
again? Oh, you're the mustache.
Yeah.
Okay, you're Justin.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm excited for them. I mean, it's funny. Alec Baldwin is her uncle, and he was recently interviewed on a red carpet about what he thinks, and he was like kind of supportive. He was like, I mean, they're young, It's just like young love kind of gets weird, and you have to pace it out. So he was being cautiously optimistic about their union as well. Like I think a lot of people are, but
Yeah.
obviously they don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Donald Glover is saying goodbye to his musical alter ego, Childish Gambino. Glover, who recently wrapped up his This Is America tour at Madison Square Garden, announced his retirement to New York City fans, saying, if you bought a ticket to this concert, that means you bought a ticket to the last Childish Gambino tour ever.
Oh man, the drama.
The drama, the
But
intrigue.
I think this is like when Beyonce retired Sasha Fierce, which is Sasha Fierce died, right?
Yeah.
Which was like,
Yeah.
she's dead,
She
she's not
did.
coming back. I feel like that's what this is. Like, he's still around, he's gonna make music and art, but just Childish Gambino, that alter ego is gone, right?
I don't even think it's that. I think he said this is the last tour. From what I've heard from artists, touring kind of sucks. It's really strenuous. He has 2 young children. He's like has this burgeoning TV and movie career. So I
Right.
think he's saying like, I don't want to be on the road all the time. But we've heard that he has new collaborations with like Chance the Rapper and all these other artists. So I feel like he's still going to be in the studio making music, but he just isn't going to do
Oh,
touring.
I thought this was like an end to Childish Gambino, like that name.
He did say this is going to be the last album he released under that name.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think
Album,
he's just tired of people being like, wow, Childish Gambino is Donald Glover.
Right.
Apparently that's so common and people don't get it. And there was a tweet that went viral this past show where someone said that he was literally sitting next to someone who Googled Childish Gambino and Googled Donald Glover and was like zooming in, like, oh my God, like the person realized it at the show.
Right.
And I was like, that's so sad.
so sad.
That's at the
Like
show,
they're
that's
kids.
so funny.
They're
It's
twins.
like zooming in. You're like, oh my.
It's funny, but if you're not tapped into this stuff, it's not intuitive. You don't
Right.
assume that they're the same person.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like
I do
my
because they
mom
look
would
like the same
struggle
person.
with this concept.
It looks like the
No,
same
not
person.
if she's looking at photos. But
Oh,
if
just
she,
the
if she
name.
was just like, oh, Childish Gambino, like, oh, Donald Glover is that? Why would
Yeah.
he say like that? Now
Yeah.
she's looking.
Yeah, yeah. I hope this isn't the end of his music. I think my favorite album from him was 2011, Camp. I listened to like every song in that album back to back. And what I love about him is he's sort of like old Kanye, where like the lyrics are so funny and witty before Kanye got crazy.
Right.
Like that's sort of what Childish Gambino gives me lyrically. So I hope that he sticks around because I feel like his music is needed and his message is needed.
Yeah, no, and he said at the show, like, he talked to when he went to NYU, and, like, he always dreamed of performing at Madison Square Garden. Like, his favorite rap groups couldn't,
Yeah.
because rap back then wasn't a big thing, so the fact that he can now. So I don't think he's done with music altogether. I think he's just, like we were talking about,
Yeah.
done with that alter ego.
Although if This Is America is his last,
Yeah.
like, that's iconic. Like
Yeah,
what a
totally.
way to go out.
Totally.
Honestly, go
Yeah.
on top.
Honestly, well, now it's time for our special guests. Caitlin Cronenberg and Jessica Ennis are the authors of The Endings, photographic stories of love, loss, heartbreak, and beginning again. Caitlin is an award-winning photographer and director, while Jessica is an art director, set designer, and stop-motion animator. Together, they created a beautiful series of photographic vignettes that capture vulnerable heartbreaks, relationship endings, and new beginnings. Everyone, please give a warm Bill Brunch welcome to Caitlin Cronenberg and Jessica Ennis.
Woo!
Hi, welcome. I'm Lucas. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. You too.
Hello, welcome.
Hi.
How you guys doing today?
We're awesome. How are you?
Great. We're great.
Well, thanks so much for coming. The Endings, which is so interesting. So it's about heartbreak, and it features movie star actors, the top level. And what you did is you gave them backstories, basically, and then started shooting. How did this project come to be?
I mean, we basically we were friends hanging out, and we were talking about our own relationships and our own stories. All of, like women talk about relationships. This is one of the main subjects of conversation that we have, and we were spending a lot of time together as friends and working, and we thought these could be really cool visuals.
Right.
And you got some amazing women to be a part of it. I'm gonna just like open up.
Julianne.
Julianne Moore is like the first one I opened up to, and I was like, oh, this is so beautiful. So how did you get these women to be a part of your project?
Well, we both worked in film, and some were friends, some were people that we had worked with. And then we probably sent out something like 5,000 emails to publicists and agents, and just really, yeah.
There was a lot of emailing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a very aggressive amount of emailing.
So this book is fictional, but it's inspired by real life. How much of your own stories are in this book?
Some more than others.
Some of us more than others. Before this, I'm someone who journals a lot, and it's just therapeutic for me, like going through breakups. So some of the inspiration in the stories were taken from my personal journals, and they were just like the ridiculous things that I did. And we would always have these conversations, and Kate would be like, "No one would do this," and I was like, "I did that."
Who would lie down in front of their like ex-boyfriend's car so they couldn't drive away? And she's like, "I did that."
Did you actually do that?
No way.
She's like,
I was 16.
Right.
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah.
I was like, nobody like goes into their closet and totally has a nervous breakdown and like pulls all the clothes out. She's like, I did that.
I did that. Yeah.
So there were a few inspired by a true story.
Yeah.
How did you like pair those stories with your subjects? Like, were those conversations you had with the people you worked with? Like, oh, we feel like this would be great for you, or?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of went both ways. Like sometimes, like we would all have our ideas and write our ideas down and keep a list of things that, as we came up with the stories, and then we would either hook up with a person because we were like, oh, we're desperate to shoot like so and so, and then say, well, which story would make more sense? And then as we got further and further along, it started to be more like, oh, who would we cast for this specific story? Like, who would make sense? And we could cast it more like a film. Yeah. That was once we had like a few more people to show to the agents and the publicists, and we weren't like, hey, we're two random girls from Toronto. Like, do you want to be in our book? Like Meryl Streep? And they're like, oh, thanks. Thanks for nothing.
Was it intimidating directing like these women?
Oh yeah, the day before we shot Julianne Moore, we were having a sleepover and a breakdown, and we were afraid to tell her what we wanted her to do. But she was amazing. Like everyone who worked on the project was fantastic.
They wanted direction, like because they're actors, they're used to that, and that's what they thrive off of. That's like how they function. But for us, it was like, no, you're just do whatever. Right. They're like, no, don't. Like, just be Julianne Moore. Don't worry about it.
Which shoot was the most fun or like most memorable for you guys?
I think I guess for both of us. So we shot Juno Temple in Brooklyn, and the story is about a girl on a, post-breakup on a downward spiral, something a bunch of us have maybe been through.
Very relatable.
Yeah, quite relatable. And we were actually going from to these different men's apartments, and it was an 18-hour shoot. And we kind of felt like we were
doing it.
Yeah, we were actually doing it, and you were in these man caves with
Like they weren't actors. The guys weren't actors. We would get in the car and just drive to the next guy's apartment and throw Juno in and take pictures with so and so random smelly guy and then
ourselves.
Like we made cameos in that one, and then we had to wait for dark, so it took a long time.
And then we all hung out after. It was great.
Yeah.
It was just
really good.
yeah, just a bunch of friends hanging out. The whole thing was probably 25 hours or something ridiculous.
That's cool to hear because the pictures look super raw and real, and so to hear the backstory
Some
kind
of them
of
are
makes
pretty
it come
real.
to life even more. Yeah, so
It's
cool.
real.
Yeah.
You're all real. Just kidding.
What do you hope readers take away from this book? Like,
We just want them to feel something, right? Like, you don't have to relate to it necessarily. You don't have to have gone through the same thing. But we hope that people will feel some sort of emotion from looking at the images, and, or at least just appreciate that it's like a fun book to have.
Right.
You know, it's like a thing that we are thinking like, oh, girlfriends could give it to their friends when they break up with someone, or if you just happen to love a particular actor in the book, or if you just love books or photography.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's something for everyone.
Yes, absolutely.
right. Well, Caitlin, Jessica, thank you so
Thank you.
much for being here. Everybody, make sure to pick up a copy of The Endings. Thank you guys so much.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Modern Family is officially entering its 10th season, and show creator Christopher Lloyd has announced that a significant character will be killed off. He elaborated, saying that viewers will see how the families deal with the heavy subject. He states that even though death is a tough topic, it would seem unusual for a family not to go through it, making it important to portray on television.
Oh, Phil, can you change the light bulb down in the kitchen?
First, you asked me to help clean the window screens. Now you want me to do something with a ladder and electricity? Have you forgotten about my underwear, Claire?
Look, I have friends whose husbands are mean or drink too much or don't come home at all, and in that moment, I envied those friends. Fine, I will change the light bulb in the kitchen. You can put away this nice, soft, fluffy laundry. Don't worry, there's not even any zippers or buttons, nothing sharp in there. Wouldn't want you to lose a finger in a tragic folding incident.
Oh, hey! I was putting away that harmless laundry when I stepped on Luke's skateboard, rolled out the screenless window, and landed in the hedge. But you're right. I'm sure it had nothing to do with the underwear.
It's self-fulfilling. Phil believes something bad is gonna happen, so he makes it happen.
Ow. Paper cut, of course, today.
Seriously? This is part of the underwear prophecy? Are you being a little dramatic?
What if they?
Phil.
What if they kill Phil?
Yeah, okay, so this
That would be horrible.
Is Lily gonna be in a crime ring, get messed up with the wrong people? Like, is Luke and Amanda gonna kill each other? Like, what is gonna be the way someone dies?
I think it's
Or
gonna
is it
get super dark.
Or it's just gonna be Jay. Like,
I
it's
know.
gonna be the grandpa.
That's what we were talking about. Like, Jay's the most obvious choice
Jay
because
is
he's like the
Sophia Vergara's
patriarch of the
husband.
family.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's the grandpa.
But he's the oldest member. He's the grandfather. He's getting up there in age.
It's
It would make
very-
the most sense.
It's very reasonable. The show has been on for a very, very, very long time. I still watch the show.
Yeah.
It still like makes you go, huh, that's funny. And it makes sense that like someone in 10 years in a family dies. I mean, the logical choice is Jay, but they may or very much may not do that because they think like, let's twist it up and do someone different. But
Yeah, are you gonna feel like it's a cop-out if they kill the old dude?
I don't.
All the shows kill the old dude, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I actually think it is? I don't think that they can kill off one of these major characters. Like, that would just be horrible. What I think might happen is Shelley Long plays Jay's ex-wife and their mother, and she's a big enough name and she's reoccurring that I feel like they could kill off somebody like that.
Oh.
Where it's like a major person, but not like crucial to the cast. You know?
very, yeah.
That's true. I feel like this reads to me like Modern Family was like, oh, This Is Us is really popular. They're really beating us in the ratings. It's because they got that dead guy all the time. And it's like, yeah, Milo Ventimiglia, a hot dead guy. And they're like, we gotta kill somebody. Seriously.
It does help to kill people.
Yeah.
The most popular shows that, people die. Think about it.
Game of
Thrones,
Thrones.
Walking Dead.
Handmaid's
I mean,
Tale?
Handmaid's Tale.
Dead
what
people,
are some
dead
of the
people.
most powerful deaths on television?
Ooh. I think Grey's Anatomy for sure for me. That's my show that I've watched forever. And when they killed off Dr. Derek Shepherd, I mean, I didn't know if I could carry on or if I could keep watching. It was just like, really?
Yeah. Spoiler alert, Derek dies in like
Derek's
season
dead.
13.
Yeah.
But what season are they on now?
Oh, like 25 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been on forever.
Yeah.
Did any of you watch Dexter?
Oh, no.
No,
Like
I didn't.
Dexter season 1, the whole thing is he's an orphan, he doesn't have family, and then he has a brother, and he ends up killing his brother.
Oh.
And I was like, ever since that first season, I was like, I hate this show, and I kept on watching it, and I always miss the brother.
That's super dark.
That's hard.
Well, speaking of death, Fork, yeah, new details from The Good Place Season 3 have officially been released, and you will definitely want to tune in for the upcoming premiere. The new season will focus on Eleanor, Chidi, Tahani, and Jason after they've been sent back to Earth in a new timeline where they never died. Guys, I love The Good Place so much.
Wait,
Good
first of
Place
all, I
is
love
so
your
funny.
segue.
Yes.
At first, I was like, what is he talking about? Then I was like, that's perfect.
It's perfect
They're
because
all
it's about the
dead.
afterlife. Woohoo!
Yeah, I wouldn't say perfect, but
In that realm.
such a funny show.
The Good Place, guys, like I don't think there's ever been, at least not in the past like 10 years, such a high concept comedy that delivers every season. After season 1, I was like, there's a huge twist. I don't know how they're gonna keep doing this.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it. And they did it. They flipped the show on its head, and it was as good or better than the first season.
I'll say that people need to give it a second try if they haven't, because I remember hearing all the hoopla about it. I tried to watch an episode. There's this weird thing where, yeah, you know what? There's this weird thing with like giraffes running through and things falling from the sky, and I was like, this show's ridiculous. And I went back recently and just gave it a second chance, and it is so smart and so good.
Yeah.
And Kristen Bell, like, is flawless.
Kristen Bell, Ted Danson, who's nominated for an Emmy, he's fantastic. And the writer is Michael Schur, who created Parks and Recreation, who wrote on The Office. He's like a legendary comedic writer. He's just the best.
The jokes are so good. Kristen Bell's attitude.
They're so good.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
It's like saving broadcast comedy for me. Like that's like The Good Place gives me hope. It's like, okay, look, there can be good comedies on NBC, ABC, whatever. Like you don't have to curse. Like you can literally be on broadcast. And that's why I'm happy NBC keeps it alive.
Yeah.
The ratings aren't amazing, but they're solid. You
But
know?
it's also like deep. Like you can have like an existential crisis watching this show because you're like, are they in heaven? Are they in hell? Is it purgatory?
Right.
What is purgatory? What are we doing on earth right now? What are we fighting for? Like I caught myself like spiraling through all of these. I'm not even joking
The Good
around.
Place, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this is deep. Life is crazy.
This is deep.
Yeah, I love that show.
I'm excited to watch more. But now it is time for our very special guest. Suze Orman is a legendary financial expert, a 2-time Emmy Award-winning television host, and the author of 9 consecutive New York Times bestsellers. She was named one of the world's 100 most powerful women by Forbes, and is here today to talk about her revised and updated edition of her #1 best-selling book, Women and Money. Please, everyone, give a warm Build Brunch welcome to Suze Orman.
Hi. Miss Lucas, very nice to meet you.
Oh man, hi, Allie, nice to meet you. Oh, we got some big fans.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Justin Bieber. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Thank you, Susie.
Here's the problem, everybody. I have a saying, FICO first, then sex. All right. Do you know what that means?
Yes. Your
No, but
FICO
it sounds
score.
wise.
Besides wise. So it means you meet somebody, and before you even get really involved with them, you need to know their credit scores, which is their FICO score. You need to know everything about them before you sleep with them. Because once you sleep with them, you're in lust. And once you're in lust, you're like just go crazy like Justin is right now, right? He's just going crazy. He's not thinking about his money. He's not thinking about anything. So use him as an example to never, ever do that. Let's make a bet. Should we make a bet here?
Yeah.
How many years do you think they'll be together?
Ooh, Susie. Susie.
I'm gonna go
serious.
forever.
3.
2.
3.
Two?
2.
2, maybe, right?
1.5.
1.5,
Yeah.
maybe 3, maybe whatever.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
really, Justin? You're
Yeah.
still a baby in my eyes.
Right.
But what can I tell you?
Wow.
I like that I can say it and it means nothing, but you heard it from Suze Orman. Get that prenup, Justin.
Yeah.
Okay?
And
Breaking news.
But here's the real thing. If you're ever, are any of you in relationships?
Yeah.
Yeah, and have you talked about these things with your,
Kind of.
I always keep money and love separate.
girlfriend?
Tell
If
her.
she doesn't think that money eventually comes to play in every relationship, I have a bridge to sell you. Do you know that 1 out of 2 couples that get married end up in divorce, and the #1 reason is arguments over money? I've talked to more people in this world about money than any other single person in the world.
Yeah.
Right.
I am warning you, Shannon. I am warning you, girlfriend. If you think you're going to keep them separate, I'm here to tell you, M just doesn't stand for marriage, it also stands for money.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, and if you think it doesn't, you're going to end up one poor old lady.
I know. I feel like that's the fact because I keep on falling in love with people who don't have jobs. So
Why do you
I
think you do that?
I don't know. It's not. I don't know that they're jobless before I fall in love. You know, it's one
She
of those
falls in
things.
love
She
with
doesn't
your
get that
heart.
FICO check.
Yeah.
They are.
You gotta get that
Not
credit
me.
history
I talk
check.
about.
They run out of money, I leave.
Allie leaves.
But that's what I mean, FICO first, then sex.
Yeah.
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 See,
'Cause
and my partner has more money. She has more money than I do, so that's why I'm in it. No, kidding.
So you have a new updated edition of your book.
I do, my baby. Here's the thing, everybody. This book has sold millions of copies, but this book was written about 10 years ago.
Okay.
All right. Things have changed in 10 years.
Yeah.
Women now have a different position. 10 years ago, when you wouldn't be sitting here like this. And so you need a plan. And in this book, there's a financial empowerment plan. But truthfully, that every single person needs to read. And for you, Lucas, all you have to do is put your little fingers over this thing, and then Men and Money, because we'll actually do it. But women are there, but women haven't changed what they do with money.
Right.
Maybe you're making money, but your sisters come to you and you'll say, I don't want to lend you money, and then you give them money. So women don't know how to keep the money that they're making. They're great at investing when they invest, but they don't know. Should you have a Roth IRA? Should you have a traditional IRA? What do you do if you have student loan? Do you pay off student loan before you pay off, credit card debt? None of you have a plan of what the heck do you do, and there's nobody telling you.
Right.
Nobody's telling you what to do. I'm telling you, and you should listen to me.
Yeah.
We're in what many are calling the third wave of feminism, and we have more women taking on leadership roles. But why do you think they are still hesitant to take control of their money in the way that they've taken control of their careers and families?
Because they're still women. And women have the ability to give birth. Women have the ability to feed that which they've given birth to, and it is their nature to nurture. It is their nature to take care of their spouse, their partners, their parents, their brothers, their sisters, their employers, their employees, their pets, and their plants before they take care of themselves. And here's why it's so important that we have this conversation with you. I speak to too many women that do that their whole life, and then they turn 50.
Yeah.
And then they go, oh my God, I forgot, and I don't have anything. Think about your parents. What's the financial situation of your parents? Let's talk it.
We were
Funny,
talking
my
about this
mom
this
literally
morning.
said to me,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, tell Susie I love her," but I did everything she told me not to do because she took on my brother's college, and she's now and everything you said like.
And so now here she is older,
Yeah.
and she doesn't really have any money.
Yeah.
Right?
Sorry.
Tell Mom you should take this book home.
I'm gonna
for
give it to
Mom.
her.
But more important is, this is the time that you should be getting involved with your money. Want a really quick example why?
Yeah.
Yes.
You ready to all be blown away?
Yep.
Yes.
You youngins. Listen, I'm 67. I can talk to you any way I want. I look good, don't I?
Yes.
You look fantastic.
All right, but here's the thing. You're 25 years of age. You put $100 a month, every single month away in a Roth IRA, which is what
Roth.
all of you should have, by the way.
Good. Okay.
And within there, you do it every month, and you put it in a Standard & Poor's 500 index fund. And if you don't know what that means, you are already like, what is wrong with all of you? But it is a fund that buys the entire stock market.
Right.
And you do that every single month till you're 65. With average market returns, do you know that you would have $1 million at 65? But now you think to yourself, I don't want to do that. I'm still young. I want to play. You wait till you're 35 to start. It's only a $12,000 difference in those 10 years. You wait till you're 35. At 65, you'd have $300,000.
Wow.
Those 10 years cost you
We can make the cut.
We can make the cut. We're still in it.
$700 at $100 a month.
Wow.
Now think about that.
Yeah.
And instead, you're going to buy drinks and coffee and everything, and you're peeing $1 million down the drain.
Right.
If you think about it. So these are the things you need to know when you're young, because you can't make up for that.
Roth IRA. Okay.
I would say that I am actually doing those things, all of those things, and what I've learned is that it's helped me get my family on the right track, including my mother, who raised us on her own and didn't have the best financial. So I think it's part of our job to educate ourselves so that we can help our parents.
Yeah, we have to teach up.
Yeah.
We have to teach up because our parents are not teaching down. And here's the sad part. I'm going to tell you this right now. What's in store for you as you get older, if your parents don't have any money, guess who they're going to come knocking? You know how all these years you've been knocking on their doors? Guess what? This door swings both ways.
Oh.
And they're going to be knocking on your door to say, I don't have any money. Lucas, can you help me? And you can't say no to your mother.
No.
She couldn't say no to you.
Yeah.
Right, so get prepared for
Moving
that
in,
one.
I guess. Yeah, it's going to be
Moving in,
happening.
yeah, she will.
This is American Horror Story. Season 6.
Lucas's mom.
Their mom with Lucas's mom, but money's fun. Money can be whatever. What you have to know about me is that I was a waitress till I was 30 years of age, making $400 a month. So think about that.
Right.
At 30, I was still, for 7 years, I was a waitress. I never got a grade, I don't think, above a C. In school, my major was social work, geriatrics. My mom was a secretary and sold Avon on the side. I lived on the south side of Chicago for my whole life. And so this is a book of hope that if Suze Orman could sit here as the world's personal finance expert, coming from nothing, having nothing, nobody has an excuse to not really, but you got to start young. You got to start right here and right now, girlfriend.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
And you also host a podcast by the same name, Women and Money.
Women and Money, I do. And so you can go to iTunes and check it out. And everybody, October 1st at 8 p.m. on the Oprah Winfrey Network, I played the Apollo this Saturday to a sold-out crowd, and I rocked that.
Oh, damn.
And they taped it, and they're showing it on the Oprah Winfrey Network at 8 p.m., and it is fascinating.
I want to know what's the best piece of financial advice you've given Oprah, because she's doing okay.
She's doing okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. Oprah pays all of her bills. She still writes all of her checks. She is not one of those billionaires that says, you take over and I don't want to see anything. Oprah from day one, I was on her show 29 times. And Oprah from day one knew where her money was, knew how it was invested, and stayed a woman who is in charge. You will never be powerful until you're powerful over your own money. So don't go growing up when you become rich and you become famous and giving it to this manager and this finance person and this. They run away with your money and you got nobody to blame.
Right.
So the best financial advice is stay on top of your money, and your money will never define you. So don't go wasting it on things. You define your money.
I love you, Suze Orman.
Good.
I'm like really giddy with what you're
changed.
saying. This is fantastic.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a changed person after this interview.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I'm going to literally Roth IRA. I'm going right after this. I'm like calling my mom, Mom, Roth IRA, we're fixing it.
What are some other like money-saving tips or apps you have for millennials? Just things people can go home and do.
Here's the thing, everybody, is that there's this thing running around with millennials that makes me want to like blow my head off, called, it's this, all of you want to retire like when you're 30 and 35. Right? That's what you're all talking to me about. At the Apollo, I had women raise their hands at 29, I'd like to retire in a year.
What?
I'm 30. It's this movement called FIRE, something, retire early, and it is catching fire.
Wow.
And so here's the thing. You have years to have fun. These are the years that you better make the most out of your money. And you may think that it's fun right now to go to do this. I'm telling you, I live on a private island. I spend most of my time fishing. I fly private planes. I am like rocking it. I am rocking it. I travel the world. I do anything and everything I want, and now I am having fun. When my friends who wanted to have fun all these years are still working, they're still not paying their bills. Suze Orman's not going to give them any damn money. and I'm just watching them. I said, told you we were going to get old one day.
Right.
We're going to get old one day, and I'm going to get old fine, just fine. So the thing is with millennials, love what you're doing. Don't try to make it fast. Don't try to rush this process. And do me a favor, don't look at your life like you have your work life and you have your professional life. It is your life, people. It is your life. So put it all in one boat and go in one direction and get yourself in a situation that you have an 8-month emergency fund, you're out of credit card debt, you're dealing with your student loan debt. Student loan debt is the most dangerous debt you can ever have. Do not blow that debt off. Do your Roth IRAs, do your 401ks, make sure you do all of these things that are in the financial empowerment plan here. Seriously, millennials, if you follow the plan in here, I promise you that you will be fabulous financially speaking. I can't speak to your love life, but financially otherwise, you will be great. But love your life. And when you have all those things in order, if you don't like the job that you're doing, you can look at your boss and you can go,
Yeah.
okay. And, but if you don't have money, you are stuck.
Yeah. Right.
You are stuck. So it's not just about having money.
Yes.
You have to have powerful over your money, which means you invest it. You know what to do with it. Don't go to anybody else but you.
Yes. Suze, thank you so much for joining us. Everyone, make sure to check out the updated edition of Women and Money, available online and in stores now. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same table. Thank you.